In this video we'll see about a lot more basics of C program. First we'll discuss about data types. As I mentioned earlier in the before videos that data types is the most important topics we need to learn for to learn programming language. So I just mentioned here some small examples of data types, and later on this video we'll see about format specifier and so many things. So please watch this video fully, and please like, subscribe. So let's come into the video. So first, what is data types? So I'll just give one example. Ram bought 3 dresses for $199.95. So this is one sentence. With this one sentence, how many data we can take? So 3 we can take that as a one data. So 3 dresses he bought, and how much rupees it is, sorry, how much dollars it is, 199.95 it is, that we can take as a another data. And Ram, it is his name, so that we can take as one data. And Ram bought dresses, that is one sentence, and that we can take as another data. So here you can look 3 and 199.95 is a numbers. So where we can divide numbers into two kinds, right? So whole numbers are integer, or number with decimal points, so called real or floating numbers. So here we can consider this 3 as an integer and 199.95 as a floating point numbers. So that's it. This is the most important thing we need to know while for doing programming. Okay. And character. So what is character? This or is considered as a character, and this A considered as a character, and this M is considered as a character. So whatever things from capital A to Z, and small a to small z, symbols, and so many things are there, what everything at separately it will called as characters. So that's it. When it combined and formed a sentence, we call as string. Okay, so please understand the difference here. So for character, we will mention it with single quotations. Here you can see. So this is the proper way we need to mention in the programming also. So for string we need to mention with double quotes. Ram bought dresses is one sentence, so this is a string. So that's it for the data types. We need to know this. It is very important. That's it. Now we discuss about format specifiers. So what is format specifiers? So as we discussed here, so 3 is a integer. So whenever we need to print 3, we just type as we see a code example here. Int main. So I want to give my input in integer way. So I just mention int a equal to 25 and b equal to 50. Okay, so now I just want to print this a. Printf colon the value of a is. So now how to print this value a equal to 25? So I just want to print the 25 only, not a. So I just typed the value of a is, this is a string, I just want to show up in the output. So the value of a is, I want to print this 25. So how we can do? So now what is the type of this data? It is an integer type of data. So I just going to put integer type format specifier. So what is that integer type format specifier? Just look out here. So here you can see a decimal integer is %d. So now I'm just going with %d, and which value I need to put here is a's value. So I'm just going to mention comma a. That's it. So colon. So remember to put this colon over here. So many times we will forget to put here, but remember it. That's it. So now I'm going to click with build and run, and we'll see. So we got the value of a is 25. That's it. So now look at the other examples for the format specifier. So %c is denoting a single characters, like here we discussed or is a single character. So whenever we just put a for or, then we need to mention percentage c over here to print that. And percentage s is a string. For rom bought dresses is a string we mentioned above. But so whenever we need to mention this string in our output, we need to put this percentage yes. So like this, everything is having its own data types to present in output. That's it. So percentage d is a decimal integer. Here you can see percentage f for floating point numbers, for floats. So for floating point numbers is nothing but this. So here we can see another one. So I want to give it in a floating point value. So I'm just mentioning float c equal to 23.76. That's it. So here I just going again printf brackets colon slash n to print in a new value, new line, the value of c is percentage f for floating point and the c. That is the value I want to print. So I just build and run here, and you can see, so I got it. Value of a is 25 for integer and value of c is 23.760000. So it's a lot of zeros present here. You can neglect that by adding 0.2 f. That's it. Sorry, percentage 0.2 f. Wait a minute guys, yes. So here you can see only 23.76 come as output. So that's it. So this is format specifiers. Here you can use for single characters, strings and everything. That's it. So we discuss about this structure of this basic program. Why this as include mentioned here, this int main, what is this, and then we discuss about this escape sequences when we need to use this slash n slash f, so many things are there. So we discuss about this thing. So first of all, as include stdio.h. What is this? So it is called a compiler directive. This simply means that it provides information the compiler needs to compile your program. In C, input-output instruction are provided by means of standard functions stored in a standard library. So this function use variable and other declarations stored in special header file called stdio.h. So any program that uses an input-output instruction such as printf must inform the compiler to include the declarations in the file stdio.h with the program. If this is not done, the compiler will not know how to interpret the input-output statements used in the C program. So this thing we discussed before in the previous videos itself. So this std.io is standard input-output header file. It is so on the feature of C program. C is having a rich library. So this is one of that. So next we come into this int main. So a C program must consist of one or more functions. Okay, so one of that must be named as main. Our solution consists of just one function, so it must be called main. Okay, the round brackets after main are necessary because in C a function named is allowed by a list of arguments. Okay, if there are no arguments, the bracket must still be present. Here main has no arguments, so the brackets alone are present. The word int before main indicate the type of value returned by main. We will we will see more in the upcoming videos for this. So every function has a section called body of the function. So the body is where the work of the function is performed, like this the left and right braces uh, are used to define the start and end of the um, work respectively. In C, one or more statements enclosed by this brackets is called block. The body of main uh, contains statements like this. So what are the work we need to do, we can give input over here. Here I just mentioned int a equal to 25. Why I mentioned int is the value I'm going to assume for a variable is in integer data type. So I just mentioned int and a equal to 25, and same for b equal to 50, and we can assume assign c d f. So how much we want, we can assign with this single int value. But when we need to assign in a different data type value, then we need to come type as float. I would just want to assign value in float, so I mentioned float c equal to 23.76. this is a floating point number, so I just mentioned here in float. So that's it. And printf, so this printf is the keyword we need to use for all the printing, for all the output, where whatever things we need to see in our output, we need to use this printf. And same this is for output purpose, means whenever we want to get an input from a user, at that time we need to use scanf. So this is most important thing in C program. Okay, so this is the basic structure of C program. So remember it, just main function, braces, and inside of the body we need to give the work. And remember about this library function header file. So now come into this escape sequences. So what is this escape sequences? Here you can see this printf. I just mentioned /n. So why is this /n I mentioned here? To print in a new line. So now see, I just build and run here. Now you can see that it is printed in a second line. Okay, so I just put /n over here, it is printed in a second line. Now just look what will happen if I remove this slash line and I just click on build and run. So yes, it came. So now you can see without /n how it is printing. A is 25, and without having any space it is printing the value of C is 23.76. so only I mentioned here /n. That's it. So now just click on build and run. It is printed on a second line and a new line. So this is the work of this escape sequence /n for printing in new line. This /f is for new page, and this /t for tab, and this double quotes for print double quotes. So you can understand the difference. Here I mentioned double quotes, the value of a is %d comma a. So %d I've entered this double quotes. So why I mentioned this is I want to print this string. The value of a is one string, right? So I want to mention this as string to the compiler, so it can easily print it. So this double quotes will not print by the compiler. It is just printed the value of a is 25. So whenever we need to print this double quotes in our output, we need to mention print. That means slash quotes. That's it. And here for printing this slash we need to mention double slash. That's it. So this is escape sequences, and that's it for this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.